Welcome back to Shelter Tales. We are so happy to be back. It's been a long, tough road, we know, for everybody, and I hope you're still out there and everybody's well. And with us today is Monkey Pack's Rescue out of Manchester. They took the time today to come over, even though they're both working full-time and running a rescue. And this is Deb Batesy Hernandez and Jim Hernandez, and we will have two more little souls coming on camera for you soon. But I did some research on Monkey's Pack. I know I reached out to you prior, when we thought that this was all going to be over. This just feels like it's going on forever. You two have a long history. You want to discuss how you got together with Monkey's Pack?
Jim and I have known each other since junior high school, where he used to chase me around. And
it was the other way around.
Yeah, okay. We were very good friends back in the day, and then after high school we had separated, hadn't seen each other, and then he showed up at my parents' house one day on a work project, and
Sure.
Wink, wink.
That's how it always goes.
And that was kind of it. I mean, on our second date, we just didn't separate. Yeah, and we both have a love and a passion for animals, so that really fit for both of us.
It's in today's world, it's tough, and you deal a lot with animals that have issues.
Yes, we do.
Which is very expensive.
Yes.
The little guy we're going to see has a neurological issue, but they've worked with him, and she's 50% better, I would say, based on how I see him get up.
Yeah.
And they have dedicated fosters. Now, you don't per se have a facility working full-time. You have fosters who will bring the animals into the house and work with them if they have needs. How do you find these animals? Do people call you? Do you go to other shelters who may be putting this animal down because they don't have the resources?
Absolutely, all the above. We're very fortunate to have a lot of key and great community partners. So vets who have folks that are bringing in their animals to put down, they'll call us and say, hey, do you have availability? Animals that are in the community that are strays or found. So we're very open to whatever animals are out there that need us.
Okay. So you formed, if I recall, was it 2016, like 5 years ago, you actually, you incorporated as a nonprofit?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so now, do you keep the animals in your home until you can get them to fosters?
Sometimes. Sometimes. I
know you say have a foster fail. That happens all the time.
Yeah.
That's why I don't foster.
Yeah.
I already have 5.
Well, it's funny, once you reach a certain number, then you're just kind of like really happy to meet their forever families. But we're really blessed to have as many wonderful adopters that we do. We're very careful with our screening process. So we have relationships with our adopters. So any animal that's in our home, we're usually getting updates anyway. So it's like, we don't stock people's houses, but they'll send us a video clip or social media.
Big for you.
It's phenomenal,
Facebook and all that.
Yeah, so we can make sure,
No, so where did the name Monkey's Pack come from? That's like, you're not a monkey facility.
No,
so
although we've had a couple people ask. So this is our monkey. This is our monkey. He actually was a Hereford dog. He was found, and when Jim and I first got together, we had a cat that was dropped off to us, and we loved her very much, but unfortunately, we only had her for 3 months. She had cancer, and we had to say goodbye. And Jim worked second shift at the time, and I was alone, so long story short, we reached out to a friend of ours who rescues, and I wanted a little black dog that wasn't skinny, and they had Monkey, and his name was actually Andy. But my grandpa Batesy used to call us little monkeys when we were little. So I called him that, and next thing you know, our vet was calling him that. Everybody was calling him that. But when Monkey himself was very medically complex.
He was medically complex, so you knew taking this dog in, even though you're working second shift, you're working first shift. So what were his issues?
So he has a spinal issue where we had to often put him on bed rest, some colitis, and then as he went along, he had some other things that progressed. Cushing's, a lot of stuff that older dogs progress into. But we weren't aware in the beginning that he had all this.
Was he an older dog when he came?
Well, supposedly he was 2, but when we went to go put him down years later, our vet said, we didn't ever want to tell you this, but he was probably like 4 years older than what you thought.
Right.
And it wasn't important to us.
No, and he lived a good life.
He did.
So it was whether he's 4 or whether he's 2.
Yeah, Grandma made pot roast for him, and like he was the king, you know? Yeah.
He was. We would take vacations with him. We would go to bed and breakfast where they allowed.
So he was able
Yeah.
to travel.
He
with
went
you.
everywhere
Yeah,
with us,
yeah,
even to the point where when we got married, he had his own tux made and he was part of the wedding.
He was part of our
That
wedding.
picture. You have that picture by any chance?
We can get you a picture. It was adorable. Yeah, yeah.
They are part of the family.
They are.
I have to give you kudos because I know I have 5 cats now. I had 6. One I had to rehome because he was so stressed with the other cats. No matter what I did,
Yeah.
colitis, the shivers, pulling his hair out. My vet took him, and the vet technician had him, and there was no other animals in the home. So she said, this is just one stressed little boy. So sometimes it is better to rehome them. I can't imagine, it's just because it's me, how hard it must be to rehome medically fragile animals. I mean, you have to have a core base that has big hearts and time and patience.
Yes.
Patience, I'm going to say.
And financial
resources.
Correct.
Yeah, right.
We're really blessed that we do have that that core support, and that we do easily place some of these older, medically complex, because we take a lot of seniors as well.
Okay,
I mean,
so people just turn them in because they're seniors?
Yeah.
Drives me crazy.
Exactly.
It's like giving grandma up because you're done with her. I mean,
Exactly.
it's terrible.
Just a month ago, we had one that was dropped off. We use Windsor Animal Clinic. That's our primary vet. And God bless Dr. Pennington, because we have almost doubled what
I
we've been
hear
able to save.
all good things about
Yeah,
Dr. Pennington.
he-
All good things.
Never says no to us. So if it's like close to closing and we get an animal that comes into our care, he waits and he lets us come
That's
see him.
wonderful.
It
That's-
is, yeah.
I haven't heard one bad thing about
No,
Dr.
he's
Pennington.
amazing. But someone had dropped off a senior to be euthanized, and he called, and that day we took that dog home, and she's adopted already. So we're really, known for the seniors.
So when people come to you, they know, or
Yeah.
come to your website, they're going to be looking for a senior dog or a dog or a cat. You do cats too?
We do both dogs and cats. We do have kittens and puppies
Right,
and
right.
younger animals, but
Right.
yes, a core of what we do is the seniors.
So, and that's important because
Yeah.
I've worked with, this show's been on the air for 7 years now, I think. And as I told you when you walked in, I've worked with Riverside Reptiles and Raptor Rehab, and so I've had a hawk that attacked me here, and a porcupine that got mad at me here, and a boa constrictor crawling all over my face. But I haven't yet come up with a shelter that has a specialty like yours. And it's important because we're going to see a little guy soon, and Michelle's going to bring him on. Michelle? Deb? No, who's right?
Rachel.
Rachel, sorry, Rachel. I heard Michelle. And you're going to see what they've been able to do with Angel. Angel and Rachel are going to bring them on. I'm a little out of practice here. It's been months. It is important to have that kind because too many animals we put down either just due to age, and there's a lot of life sometimes in them. They just need to be loved. And I object to people going, well, because I had said I had my 91-year-old mother with some dementia living with me. I'm not going to put her on an iceberg and float her down the river. You don't do that with pets. That's the only thing they know. They know you. You're their
Correct.
family. And you see these, I can't even look at it on social media anymore. You see these photos of dogs that have been turned into shelters that have their heads up against the wall because
Yes.
they're mourning. People don't understand that they mourn.
There are dramatic shifts and changes that you can document through
Right.
photos and video.
Right. It was all, I
of
can't
the animals,
look. I have
night
to
and
pass
day.
by
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
I have to pass by that. But when, how many fosters do you currently have that work, like out of the house, that work with these animals?
We have about 100 animals in our care, and we have about 25 to 30 fosters.
Wow. So,
Yeah.
so 100 animals are spread out among these 30 fosters. So
Yeah.
the fosters are taking more than one pet at some times.
Correct.
That's impressive.
They are godsends.
They are.
We
That's
can't live without our
impressive.
fosters.
That's
No.
impressive.
We have a core set of fosters that are there for us at a moment's notice. Involved in that is taking animals to vets. And sometimes if they don't live in the same town as you, you have to travel, interrupting their work schedules, making sure that these animals are getting the medication and the care, helping us with applications, doing meet and greets. So there's a lot that's involved and our fosters have really pulled through for us. We cannot do this work without.
No, I can't. I
No.
can't imagine. Right.
But unfortunately, right now, it's been a real struggle to get more fosters with people returning back to work.
Due to the,
And yeah.
Well, do you ever reach out to or try to touch base with older or retired people? I'm sure that's another base that you
We
use
do.
their home.
Yes.
You know, they're home and they can work with these animals, or even if it's just fostering the ones that are medically okay, just for the.
We're really blessed to have seniors, and one of our favorite seniors, although she would probably, Jean, I love you. I'm not referring to you at all. I'm sorry. You know, she's in her 80s, and she hand knits all our sweaters. And she foster fails every single one of her dogs, most of them. But and we love you. But we're really very blessed to have all different types of fosters that work with us.
Okay. Again, I haven't had yet a medically fragile foster or a medically fragile rescue on TV. So this is very interesting.
Thank you.
And hopefully this will increase you're only in Manchester, we're in Windsor. This tapes in several towns. This runs in several towns, and as I told you, it's on YouTube. Hopefully that will increase awareness for you. Would you like to bring?
I would just say quickly, because we are in Manchester, but we do work with Dr. Pennington at Windsor Animal Clinic.
Okay.
We do save a lot of local animals, so these are our 3 Windsor kittens.
So they're still available for adoption?
Yeah, they just came into our rescue.
Kitten season's lasting forever this year. I don't know what it is. I mean,
It's been hard.
It's been consistent since the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah, it's just
every shelter says that, like kittens.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking for kittens. I think
not to the degree they were, and I think that's been a real struggle for us and for a lot of the other rescues, is that again, I think people adopted so much during the pandemic that now that they're back in the schools and at
holidays
work.
are a tough time. But kittens, people,
lots of kittens, Windsor kittens, straight from the community,
and they're cuter than heck.
They really are, and they're so much fun. And we've been trying to catch one of the matriarchs now for about 2 years, and we've been able to catch
neuter.
We were able to neuter a lot of the males.
Oh, okay.
To limit the population in that regard, and one of them actually is our forever foster.
Foster fails. That your foster. So also in addition to this, then you're saying you're trying to trap the breeders out there.
Yeah, we do work with the community and try to bring in cats and kittens. I am not a trapper. I have attempted to trap, but we do have folks in our group, in our pack, that will do that.
I tried to trap a kitten that got out of my house because she hated being in the house, and I didn't realize when I adopted her that she was a feral. And I caught a possum who was really angry. Boy, do they stink when they get upset and angry, and all those teeth and hissing, and I'm trying to dump them out of the cage. It's like, caught something, but it wasn't the kitten. I finally got her. But so you do now. Where do the kittens go? They go into your fosters. Somebody will take the kittens in your
absolutely. And Jim and I, Jim's laughing because
in your bedroom. It's in your bedroom.
No, we have enough of our own dogs in our bedroom. But I'm a dog person. Jim's a cat person.
We are as much a foster as we are as part of the rescue.
Okay.
Yeah.
We spend a lot of our time. When we get home off of work, or Deb's working from home now, as part of it. But once I get home, part of the process is we do have a lot of fosters that we need to take care of, and that's socialization, that's cleaning their cages.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you're catching them for
and then some of the adults too. We take some. We have a cat in our home that was with another rescue, and she wasn't a good fit there. And they reached out to us and said, "Hey, do you have the availability?" So we've taken her in. She's been with us for about 4 months now. She's now released in our cat room, and she actually is in love with one of our foster dogs.
Oh,
they have a love relationship. It's like she kisses him. Well, I don't know if we'll ever be able to adopt her out, but she's always welcome to stay with us for as long as
So the other question I had is, at one point in time I had Connecticut Cat Connection. I would have mentioned them on TV. They don't do this with the medically fragile.
Yeah.
But I remember it was during a period of time that the SPCA in Meriden asked, do you have any cats that have been languishing and we transferred 4 or 5 cats down and got adopted the next day. If there's an over, do you ever switch out like that, or say, I know a lot of them are full up now, but sometimes, we need kittens or we need adult cats or somebody's looking. Do you ever work in cooperation with the other shelters?
We definitely work with other shelters. More we end up taking those animals in as opposed to having them go out. So I'm just really blessed to be in the position I am, that Jim and I spend our time being able to work with these animals. So that's how our evenings and our weekends are consumed.
No TV watching until everybody's taken care of. I know.
People are like, "Did you see this movie?" I'm like, I don't know what that is.
I got 42 litter pads that day. I can't.
Sorry, I have no idea.
Dinner and TV for us is like 11, 12 o'clock.
Oh, God bless you guys.
Once we get home, all of it is interactive.
All the babies are cared for.
All the animals are cared for, both dogs and cats. Deb has a lot of interactions with a lot of our fosters and a lot of our volunteers.
And of course, it's constant phone calls and emails, I'm sure.
Yes, it never
That's
ends.
a dedication, you guys. You're very dedicated. I thank you for doing this, because again, I'm going to say for the 5th time, I haven't run into a shelter that has done that, and hence, I asked you on, because I think it's very important for people to know that even though, and you have healthy animals, even though an animal might have problems, it doesn't mean their life isn't worth something.
Correct. And the blessings that they provide to us, even if it's, we had a foster that lasted a day with us. She was 18, and she will never be forgotten by us. Like that 24-hour period with her and what she gave to us, that pain people feel at that initial loss, that diminishes over time, and you get to think about their personalities and what they gave to us.
She spent her last time being loved.
Yes.
She could have been in a cage somewhere.
Yep.
She could have.
She was roaming free in Bridgeport.
I mean, but she
wasn't.
loved.
She was with us. She had a cute little sweater by Jean.
So that's important too. I do see people adopting out older cats, and even if they don't last that long, kittens are great. I would suggest, I'm 70. I can't adopt any more kittens because they may outlive me, and I don't want that to happen. Next month we're going to have somebody on who's going to talk, a psychologist who deals with the elderly, about how to take care of getting your animals safe if anything should happen to you. Plus you see in nursing homes the grief, giving up your animals, make sure you have placement for them before you go. But at a certain age, we old people should adopt old animals because they need us, and you can be pretty sure you may be going at the same time.
And you bring up an important point, because it's not just folks that are older. Everybody should have a plan, because we've taken in so many animals during this pandemic of people that you would never think would have passed. So it's been all age ranges. So to have that plan, I thank you for having that segment, because I do think it's important. But having your plan for your animal. And so what we do is we adopt out to a lot of seniors. We always have like a co-signer or someone that,
your family or friends.
Absolutely. We do it ahead of time. Meet everybody. So that they have that support, because we have an adopter that we absolutely adore, and she had lost her husband, and she didn't even want to get up in the morning, and she adopted one of our chihuahuas. And when she would cry at night because she was so sad, he would lick her tears.
Sympathetic.
And then next thing you know, she was getting up, going to bring him for walks.
She had to she had to get up and do something.
And she left the house to go to the blessing of the animals. And next thing you know,
people when you're walking with a dog,
absolutely
friendly.
So that's important.
Again, she's in my house 91, and I have one little scooter, but he seems to stay away from her. I was concerned about him tripping her. He doesn't. But she has bonded with the cat that's at the vet now, would sleep with her, and that was her cat. And it gives her a reason, because I'm working part-time too. She'll tell me about her day with the cats and she gets involved in their little tiffs. You know what I mean?
We do.
Very involved in everything.
Absolutely.
It gives her something to do. Now, like every shelter, you probably have fundraisers. This will run, this video will run in October. What do you got coming up that people could support?
I'm thinking, the biggest thing right now, the beginning of October, we have a pool tournament fundraiser, as well as a pet adoption, and that's going to be at Rax Billiard at 500 Tocqueville Road in
Okay,
Vernon.
Rax and Billiard, 500 Tocqueville Road, what day?
That's going to be October 2nd, and the tournament starts
It's on the Saturday.
on a Saturday.
Saturday, October 2nd.
And it runs all day.
All
Are you
day.
going to have animals there, or just pictures of animals there?
Both.
Both.
The groomer next door, this is our second time doing this. It's a huge fundraiser for us, and we
Okay.
adopted a lot of animals
Oh,
from
good.
this.
Okay.
But the groomer next door is absolutely phenomenal. Beth has allowed us to have use of her
Facility.
grooming facility for the day. So
Okay.
the adoption facility, the event will be in the grooming facility.
Okay.
And then next door, there'll be a tournament with raffles and
So there won't
prizes.
be a lot of people getting, sometimes animals get nervous.
Correct.
I have to say, you do a lot of work for that too, because putting fundraisers,
Oh,
I know
it's-
together, I work 36 hours a day. I know what that feels like. So I give you guys, again, more credit than you know I'm giving you, because it's a never-ending job. It's like I say, trying to empty a hole in the sand with a bucket. The ocean just comes running in, and you have to have strong personalities to keep going and realize I am making a difference. This is helping. So that's great.
And then if we could also just say, we also have the Subaru event. We're the rescue of choice for the Subaru in all of October. So they will donate $100 to us.
For every car
And for every adoption that we do in October, up to 31 adoptions
That's
that month.
great.
Yeah, we're very, very, very grateful to Subaru for this.
That's
This is,
wonderful. That's
yeah, we've had extensive medical bills over the last couple of months, more than we've ever had, and we're trying to pay off a $12,000 vet bill. So that will absolutely, and that is, if I can, this is our little diva. She was from Meriden Animal Control, and she was behaviorally complex, let's just say.
you were sleeping with her.
Yeah, we would
I just came home from work, and I would go to work,
Yeah.
and then I would go straight to the emergency room.
okay.
We would spend like 3 or 4 hours with her, just so that she knew we were there with her.
Yeah.
So
She was there
It made a
for
difference.
over a week, and we weren't sure. She had a 50% survival rate at age 5. But we went every night, and our vet team at Bolton Vet, I can't say enough about them.
Yeah.
And we were able to save her, and so now we have to pay that bill
She
off.
up for adoption?
No,
Where's she
unfortunately, so part of our mission is to take some of these animals that are not adoptable,
Okay.
and we have forever fosters.
Okay.
We just happen to have her in our home only because of the behavioral stuff, but we do have other fosters that have seniors that will remain with them for life.
Okay. Okay, so they're not adoptable to the general public. But you have
Correct.
specialty fosters.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we're talking about 2 fundraisers, the Subaru fundraiser. When is that going to run?
The whole month of October.
Okay, October, and then the October 2nd at Vernon, Tocqueville.
at 500 Tocqueville Road, it's Rax Billiards.
Okay, Racket Billiards. So please, if you can support them, that sounds like a fun event. And if you have time, and I know a lot of us do now with COVID, a lot of us are still not back, and you can help in any way, please do contact. So can you give us your website information?
It's monkeyspack.com. If you have any questions, our Facebook Messenger is always open. We have wonderful volunteers that man that every day. We have a couple wonderful ladies, Emily and Catherine, who monitor that for us. We also have, you can email us at info@monkeyspack.com if you have any questions about any of our events or anything that the rescue might need or anything that...
Litter.
Litter.
You can order from Chewy.com or Amazon
Yes.
and get
We
it to
do.
them.
We do. We
Litter
have-
and Friskies wet food.
We have,
Right.
we
Yeah.
have our Amazon wish list. We also have our.
And that's up on your website?
It is.
We also have Chewy for those who prefer Chewy.
Okay.
So we have all those litter types and food types for both our older and younger cats.
And we also have Pet Supply Plus in Manchester, who donates so much to us.
Okay.
But donations can be left there as well. They've
Oh,
been
so
very kind to us.
Interesting. So even if you can't do anything right now, or you
Yes.
don't have the time, or you don't have the processes to take a medically fragile pet, you can certainly help out by helping to feed them, litter, anything that you can spare would be wonderful.
Baby blankets
wonderful
are
way to
huge
help
right
these
now.
animals. Yeah.
Like, I know that sounds like silly, but the baby blankets really provide that texture of the material, and
Like a baby
really
blankets,
baby
things,
blankets.
baby
Yeah, that
blankets, okay.
texture and the warmth, and so
Yeah.
that's huge for us right
Well,
now.
I know, because mine, when they were kittens, like to get under They
Yeah.
still do. I can't make a bed without
Yeah.
one scooting.
And our
everything
seniors
I
too,
want.
you
Yeah.
know, like we have a lot of small, it just kind of, so that's important for us.
And we really appreciate everyone who does follow us
We
and
do.
who plans to follow us, because social media is such a big thing.
So powerful.
So
Yeah.
powerful, especially during the pandemic.
Right.
You know, sharing is wonderful. You know, we've had some posts where we look at it and sometimes we'll see it's been shared a couple thousand times, and that is key. Just getting the
To get
exposure.
new wider and wider.
Correct.
Wider,
Absolutely.
absolutely. So we thank you. We appreciate everyone who has the ability to do that
Well,
as well.
I'm hoping this really opens it up for you.
We appreciate
So,
it.
Rachel and
Rachel.
Angel.
Angel! Look at him,
Come on,
he's so
Angel,
excited.
cameo.
Come on, baby! Oh, look at you!
Oh, he doesn't look like he wants to have a cameo. If you can sit him up when you want to sit him up on the table, maybe Howard, can you get him on the table? If we get him up, can you see him better?
Very good. Hi, baby.
You don't want to be on the table? Okay.
I'll just sit on the phone.
You want to be on the table? All right, there you go. That's close. Close enough.
Such a kissy boy.
This is Rachel getting kisses, and
We're
it's
really-
not just because of snacks.
We're really grateful to have Rachel. Rachel is not only a foster, but she's also a vet tech and a groomer. So she provides all those services to us, and then she also will do that to go to people's homes as a service. But we can't do this without our vet techs, and we have a few of them. Carrie, Gina, love you all, thank you, that are there like in the middle of the night when we have questions.
So you're a vet tech in addition to a groomer? Okay,
Yeah, absolutely.
You work just specifically for Monkey's Pack, or do you have your buddy?
I work with a few rescues, helping out with any sick animals.
Okay.
I'll go to homes if they need fluids or
Yes.
blood drawn or snap tests or any kind of tests. Pretty much,
Okay.
I can do a lot of in-home, keep them from having to run to the emergency vet right away, and
So this is Angel, and he's a young pup, and he was born with perhaps some kind of neurological problem that he couldn't move his back legs. When he first came in, he was dragging a little bit, but he does get himself up shakily, so that is a kudos to his foster who's worked with him in therapy, and it will continue. But this little guy still has a lot of love to give, as you'll see. He's fascinated with Jenny at the station. I think she's wearing liver perfume.
He loves her.
Follows her around. But his legs are a little bent in the back, but he still can get himself and walk for short periods of time. And he is a loving little boy. He is a loving. So this one's up for adoption.
He is, yeah. Angel is 4 years old. And you know, when we took him to our neurologist, we didn't think he'd have the movement that he has now, and so he definitely can move around and nothing stops him. He's great with other dogs. He's in a home foster with other.
Affectionate.
Oh, he's so affectionate. He is such a love
I got
bug,
sloppy kisses.
and he always has a smile on his face.
Like we said, you know, he's with our vice president, Kathy, and she posts pictures of him, and he has the biggest grin on his face.
All the time.
She has him out in his wheelchair when he wants to go playing in the backyard with
That's
his
one of
dog.
those little things
Yes.
on the back.
Contraptions.
Absolutely, she does a wonderful time, and their children are wonderful with him as well. They fostered many of the smaller dogs, and Kathy with Maddie and
Yeah.
Kylie both are very hands-on with
Those are her kids.
her kids.
Yeah, and we have Joey's Wheels and Susan Bolton who help us get those contraptions because those are not free.
No, you have to
and
buy
so
one of those.
absolutely, so they help us, and so he has one. Although he has done exceedingly well with just the 4
China.
legs he has. Yeah, he's able to.
Big
And a huge shout out to Dr. Hammond and his entire team at Piper Memorial Neurology, because again, they never say no to us, and they're very generous with their time and their support with rescue. So, and he's been under their care.
And he came in like, here I am.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm the superstar.
Yeah.
I am fine. There's nothing wrong with me.
No.
And he is a friendly little boy, and he's got a lot of love to give. And I hope somebody out there has a lot of love to give to him, because just because he has a leg problem doesn't mean he should be put down. And that's what these kind people do. They save animals that might have small problems or large problems that still have some life and some. This guy would give somebody such a fun life because he's just so fresh and what am I looking for? I'm looking for no freshie.
He's spunky, all right.
And caring and sparky and happy and active. That's the word I'm
Yeah,
looking
he's
for.
very
I
active.
think
He really.
what we were talking about before, documenting some of these dogs that we take in. Angel was a perfect example. You can see from the pictures when we first came in, you know, a little despondent, whatever the case may be, and you can see, and we're big proponents of how our volunteers work with our animals like this, just because you can see it within a week most times, or even sooner. They are given that love, and you can see it right from their
They
pictures.
bloom. They
bloom.
bloom. Everything
Because
blooms with love.
They really do.
we
They
firmly
do.
believe, like we've seen a lot of dogs that have come in where they have that look of appreciation just
Yes.
because they're getting that attention and love.
There's
again.
Jenny. I'm sorry. It's hilarious. He's all about her. Jenny, you might have a love connection here.
I told you she wore liver perfume because fascinated with Jenny. So yeah, she's a good lady and you're a good boy.
He's such a
Yes,
good
yes.
boy. We love him so much.
So I appreciate you guys showing up today. I'm so glad you were able to bring him because I know there was an issue you might not, because I want people to see that guy's got a lot of spunk.
He
That's what I
does.
was looking for. Not
Spunk's
spunk.
good. Spunk is perfect.
It's
Yeah.
spunky. He's a spunky boy. He is not letting his disability stop him. Don't let his disability stop you from adopting him. So we're going to close today, and if you have any questions, please, Monkeys Pack Rescue, they're out of Manchester. Please get a hold of them. If you have love in your heart, space in your home, and time, they need the help.